Hey guys, so I am in my living room and I am going to be redoing my picture wall that I took down in an effort to change the color of my walls. So this is the wall that I will be doing. And as you can see on my sofa right there are majority of the pictures from the picture wall. And yeah, so I have my work cut out for me, but it should only take, I would say about 45 minutes to an hour. So I'm going to sit the camera down and we will get started. All right, so I have my supplies. This is my nailer that I got off Amazon, and it's going to help me to place all of my pictures. Got my measurer, my hammer, my pencil, and my tape measure. Oh, Lord knows I don't want to do this. Okay, so here I am measuring the wall from one point to the next point to get the center measurement, because I have a centerpiece that I'm going to place in the middle of my photo wall. In order to center that picture, I'm measuring to get the half point. All right, so these are little magnetic strips that came with my hanging packet. And what you do is you place them on the back of your portrait that you want to hang that are also magnetic. And they have little raised points. And so you place them where you're going to want to place your nail. And then in the center, you place your level. And that way, when you go over to the wall, you can look at your level to make sure that your picture is not crooked and it's actually level. And with the magnetic strips, they have a little knot on each one of them, and you press them firmly into the wall, and they create little indentations into the wall, and that is where you'll be able to know where you need to place your nails. And because I am realizing now that I have drawn my center point at the bottom of the wall and I need it at the top of the wall, I'm just taking my level and my tape measure to mark that point at the top so that way I can see it as well. And now I am too unstable to press firmly into the wall, so I'm going to get some assistance to press the points into the wall so that way I can have my picture level and know where I need to nail my nails into. All right, so I can see, you can't see them, but I can see the little indentations, and now I'm just hammering in my nails into the wall, and I'm going to hang them, and then I'll take my level to make sure that it is level. And it is, and it looks perfect. So therefore, I'm going to continue with the project. At this point, I am measuring from my centerpiece how far out I would like for my first picture to hang. And here I'm choosing about 4 inches from my centerpiece and the nail points of, 4 inches from the centerpiece and the beginning of the picture. All right, so I'm just, of course, measuring twice just to make sure. And now what I've done on one side, I got to do on the other side. So I've taken the measurement and approximated the, well, not approximated, I've measured how far the first nail on the right hand side was. And I'm going to do the same measurement on the left hand side. And now I'm just taking my picture frame and measuring it to make sure that I can know where the point of where the nail hook should go on the wall. So that way I don't have to hang the pictures and nail them at the same time. All right, now that I've gotten that out the way, I am going to continue to move to laterally to hang the next nail. So I've gotten the first picture down, and now I'm going to measure out from where the first nail is to where the picture will end, and then I'm going to take it over again 4 inches, and then I'm going to draw another little nick mark to where the picture frame should begin. Guys, I know seems like it's a lot of math in here. And believe you me, this was not a easy project, so I won't put it out there that this was easy, because it wasn't at all. It's a lot of measuring, 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 and measuring again. So now that I've measured the second picture point, I'm going to go ahead and get my hammer and nail in where that hole or picture should be hung. And now I'm just calculating in my mind just to make sure. And I think at this point, I realized I messed up and I nailed it too close. And so I'm taking the nail out because I put the nail where the picture should begin. So now I'm measuring again to make sure that I get it right the second time around. So now I'm measuring where the picture begins and where I actually truly need my nail to go. And guys, this is not, like I said, it's not easy. So if you make mistakes, thank goodness the pictures are large, so you won't see, the mistake nail holes, because that would not be cute to have nail holes in between your pictures. All right, and once you kind of get into a flow, this project starts to go a little bit easier. And so what I'm doing is I'm taking measurements of my picture frames again, just to make sure that I have the correct measurements for on the wall, so that way I don't have to use the actual frames again. And I figured out this neat little trick on my level. It has a cutout to where I can hang the level onto the nail, and I can use that as an acting picture frame, if you will. And what I did was I hung the level onto the nail that I had nailed into the wall, and I used that as a starting point and an ending point for my next picture. And so now I'm going to dry fit a actual picture just to make sure that my theory of the level measuring it out is correct. And once I realize that it is correct, I will continue to go nailing in the nails with the hammer and just using the level instead of using the pictures. So from this point on out, you won't see me dry fit another picture. You'll see me just using the level and nailing nails. And unfortunately, because of the lighting and the distance, you don't see the nails that I'm actually nailing in. You'll just see me moving the level and marking on the wall and nailing in nails. Okay, so this is my third nail. The first one was immediately adjacent to the family centerpiece. And then the second one was right above the hanging level from the wall. And the third one is the actual one that's hanging on the level. So the level is hanging on the nail, and now I'm measuring from there and proceeding to place another nail in. And the good thing about this is my levels, and it shows me if I'm crooked or not. So it has the little bubbles in the inside where those little black ticks are, and it shows me that I am actually in line and it's straight. And I think we got this tool. This is very old tool that we've had for years, but I want to say we got this from Home Depot. And I did not realize how handy this would be, because I bought the blue portrait hanger off of Amazon thinking, and I think that was about $17 and some odd change. And I thought that that would be a great way to do my portrait wall. But then I realized that it wasn't great at spacing. It was great at level, hanging a single level picture, but not at hanging multiple pictures, as such as what I'm doing with the picture wall. So now I have my measurements from the right side. Now I'm just proceeding to do the exact same with the left side. And I'm just checking it twice just to make sure that I am actually going straight across and in the right amount of increments. And at this point, I've discovered my flow, and I'm just going ahead and nailing nails in. So it's going a little bit faster now because one, I sped up the video, and two, I kind of have a flow and figured out what I'm doing. So now I'm taking my tape measure because I know this is going to be my last row, and I know that it's not going to be directly across, straight across like my middle row, because I have some small pictures and I have some large pictures. So I'm just trying to figure out how many nails I need to place on my bottom row. And it was just easier for me to do the outline first. So you see that I'm doing the outer edges, the bottom row, and then as I get done with my bottom row, I start to move to the centermost point. So it's going to create like a rectangle effect. And that's my 15-year-old son, and so I'm asking him to hand me the pictures because I am now going to go ahead and dry fit all of the pictures just to make sure that it is correct and positioned correctly. And if you'll see, they are crooked, so I take my level and I center them so that way they are actually the correct amount of distance apart. And if you're wondering, I got these frames from Michaels, and they always have these specials. I I would say this is the second year that they've had these specials. So basically, you buy one and you get two free. So the large frames, the 11 by 14s, were $22. So I paid $22 and I got three for just $22. And then the smaller frames, which you'll see in a minute, well, at the tops, those were, I want to say, about $12. And they were also buy one, get two free. So these are very cheap, very inexpensive. And as far as the portraits, these were regular pictures that I took on my iPhone, and I uploaded them to Walmart.com, changed them to black and white, scaled them back, and place them inside of my frames. So this was very inexpensive. And if you go to Walmart, you get, I guess, one portrait for like 40 cents. So it's very inexpensive. And I would say all in all, this project probably was less than $200. And voila, this is the finished product. And I'm very happy and very pleased with what we've come up with. Be sure to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time.